Oh, hi everyone. Welcome to She's Good. I'm Julia.
I'm Mary Beth.
And I'm Katie.
We've done it. We've started. Guys, let's get into it. A lot of sports happening these days.
We're a lot of sports, specifically today. Also.
So many, and could have been more sports. I mean, we'll talk about it soon.
We'll get into it.
We'll get there.
So many sports, trying to not, fall asleep. Not because they're boring, but because I haven't been getting enough sleep.
Same. I had a cricket in my house last night. Have you guys ever had a cricket?
Oh, had a cricket. I thought you said you hit a cricket.
No, I wish I would have hit the cricket.
Have you guys ever hit a cricket? What happens is it turns into a frog.
Honestly, it's pretty hard to hit crickets. They move quick. I've been catching them in the basement for a month because this happens to me every year. They're so loud and they do not shut up.
In your home?
They come in through the back door in the basement. They unlock it. They just come in. They enter.
They come in through
There's
the
like
back
a little
door.
weather strip thing that they can get under, but
they ring the doorbell on the
I let them in, and then I get mad that they overstay their welcome.
Cute. Oh, but anyway, I imagine that is loud, and I do apologize.
Thank you. But tell us why you haven't been getting enough sleep, because that's exciting.
Okay, it is exciting. If what you're referring to is that I was dog sitting for
that is
5 days, 4 nights, then that is why. Because as it turns out, so first of all, I'm obsessed with her. She did leave just an hour ago, and it's been rough in the household since. Things are low. It's a low point, but I mean, it's good to remember the good times. Her name was Rosie, and she was so cute. Aww. But here's the thing with dogs is they have a schedule, and hers was that she goes out at 7.
Oh,
but
boy.
When she was with me, she went out closer to 8. Which is
impressive, honestly.
Which she didn't appreciate.
No, she was honestly a great sleeper and would wait for me, I feel. And even this morning, she was very tired. So I took her out. Usually we went for a long walk in the morning, and she was like, no, let's go back and sleep. She told me that.
It's adjusting to your schedule. I like that you had her for 5 days and 4 nights, because it sounded like you won it on Wheel of Fortune. Like a dog sitting.
A 5-day, 4 nights
episode.
Staycation with Rosie the French Bulldog. And I frickin' won.
You did win. You solved the puzzle.
But I do Rosie. I do hope that this will lead to more, because honestly, these gig-based this was on Rover. There's nothing unless you get good reviews, which I do, but I've only had one walk before this.
Yeah.
So whatever. I don't know. We'll see.
Classic.
It was cute. But I've been very tired. Anyway.
I feel you.
Look.
Let's a sport.
Yep. These players don't get to take 5 naps a day. Okay, let's start with the WNBA.
Yeah, so one thing we wanted to discuss was last episode we were talking about how Courtney Vandersloot almost got the record for having average 10 assists per game over the season, and she missed it by 1 assist, and then they went back and they found one that was credited to somebody else but was actually hers, and she got the 10. So
claps for her.
That's exciting.
The poetic beauty of it was the assist was credited to Allie Quigley, and then
who Julia only just learned is Courtney Vandersloot's wife.
I bet you anybody who's ever listened to this will have already known that they're married. That if
we probably mentioned it on the pod,
on this. And then here's me being like, what should I have for dinner? Yeah, I had no idea that Courtney Vandersloot and Allie Quigley were married. I love them. I love watching Chicago Sky. One of my favorite teams to watch.
One of my favorite chaotic
they're
teams.
Chaotic as hell.
And
these two are both blonde guards. And upon first watch, I used to get them confused even.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
but they play really well together. And then I not until last week I found out they're married to each other.
Yeah, you were like, why didn't anybody tell me? We have told you.
Yeah, right. Why didn't you tell me?
And if we didn't tell you, the announcers tell you every
I
single
know.
game.
But again, my
her
attention
wife.
span. So when watching, it's like, I wonder what I'm gonna have for dinner. And then
you're always thinking about dinner when someone mentions that they're married, basically.
Exactly. And then I heard him go, something. Oh, it was when I think I don't know, someone was on fire. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, that's probably triggering at this point in our lives. So someone was shooting very well, and it was what between the two of them, and he was like, in an assist from her wife, and I was like, did he just say that?
You were like, wait a second.
And then I was like, must find out everything about them.
Tell me, Google.
Yeah, I am obsessed with them. They're awesome. I'm obsessed with literally everybody in the
Why
WNBA.
is everyone so great? The more I watch, the more I just love everyone.
Like,
because you get to know people.
This is how stands happen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not like that.
I'm not a stan, though.
Don't insult the stands.
Okay.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say the stands need to reel their shit in because it's a lot. It's a lot.
We've gone on record. Oh, go ahead. Oh, pimple?
No, I feel like I have like the biggest bags under my eyes.
Bags under eyes. Let's all check real quick.
I definitely do.
Okay. Sorry, I just caught sight of myself and I was like, whoa, you look like you had a rough night.
Well, you've also been celebrating up north.
I've just been literally on vacation.
Been on vacation.
Like sleeping and laying around. So I don't know why.
You had to wake up so early to travel home.
I was awake already. I woke up very early.
This is why you have bags then.
Okay. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, we're giving you an excuse here.
Okay, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it.
But I did really think that it was cool that they like went back and scoured tapes to like find that 10th assist because she really is like so impressive. And this is like it's a huge record. It's not just like, oh, did she get 9 or 10 assists on average over the course of the season? It's like the record was 9, right? So, and they might as well like go and make sure that.
Yeah.
I think this might not be true, but I feel like that it's like not even that it's the record was 10. Like she already had the record. It's just she's the first one to get to 10.
An average of 10.
Average of 10. Yeah. Like I think that the next person below her is like in like the 7s or something. It's something far lower than what she has. I don't know if it's the 7s. Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
I love great. I love hearing stuff that her teammates would say, like especially when she like broke the record for most assists in a game. Just like if you're on a team with Courtney Vandersloot, you're always open. Like she just sees the game in such a way that like she can like find you and you don't realize you're open and then you get hit in the face with the ball.
You could know nothing about basketball and watch her play and be like, why is everyone open when she has the ball? I feel like that's like an observation that completely just like fits when you see it.
Yeah. Yeah, and when they're on, they're so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And even when they're not on, they're still fun to watch because
their uniforms are
that chaotic energy. You just never know what's going to happen with them.
Yes.
I love it.
I do also. That's like what I like, and that I like it too. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that in a team.
Lil Bow Wow, you just don't know the way you move so fast across the floor. So this isn't basketball, but it is related.
It's important.
It is related.
Totally. Just as important. One thing I saw on Twitter this week though was that Holly Rowe went out and like purchased gifts for like the entire WNBA as like a we survived this season thing, and they're t-shirts that say I survived the Wubble, and it's like really cute.
Because Holly Rowe is just the best human.
She is. She's so cute. And I noticed that like one of the like little like things on the shirt was like a bicycle. because they're always like riding bikes around there. And also Holly
So
Rowe
cute.
got into a biking accident.
Yes.
So
Yep. Because she was
Very
TikToking while, I don't know if she's TikToking, but
she was
she
like,
had her
I think she was
phone
like
on.
filming content for
Yeah.
us in the Wubble. She's putting her body on the line, and
Putting
I
her
love
literal
for it.
body on the line. That's
Literal,
feminist.
literal.
But for anyone who doesn't know, so we are into playoffs. We are into the playoffs for the WNBA. So now teams are going home, which is sad, but at the same time, Holly Rowe makes t-shirts for everyone who's going home, which is like why it's super cute.
So you get your shirt.
Get your shirt.
So where are we at in playoff season?
Well, we just ended the regular season, so I mean now there's been a couple playoff games, but they announced like the awards that everybody they didn't announce all of them, but they've announced a couple awards.
It's coming out in like increments,
yeah,
right?
which I
find that
just announce them all.
Yeah, seems
but
good.
Asia Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces won MVP, which is awesome. She's great.
Cool.
She totally deserves it.
She's good.
Wonderful.
She's good.
She's good. She's good. Our girl Crystal Dangerfield won Rookie of the Year.
Minnesota which was exciting because she was the first rookie not drafted in the first round, right? That won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Which, okay, so a little bit of like divine intervention. I don't want to call it that, but probably what's her name would have won it had she not sprained her ankle.
Yeah.
Or even, I mean, there's a couple. I definitely think like Crystal Dangerfield staying healthy like really helped her. But like, yeah, I mean, Sabrina Ionescu went out very early. Kennedy Carter was out for like a stretch with an ankle injury, and Satu Sabali was out for a while. But also,
then she had a concussion, right?
Yeah,
she had a concussion and another injury.
Yeah, but on top of that, Crystal Dangerfield was just fucking awesome.
Very good.
Yeah. So I think like she would have still been in the conversations if all those people were there.
Totally. So. Very cool.
Very cool. And she's 5'5".
Oh gosh. That's my height.
That's my height.
Is like, ugh.
By the way, this is her if you are watching this.
There
right
she
now.
is. You always choose people that are peeking over your shoulder and like look mad at you.
What I really need to do, what I really need to do is just choose photos that are like where someone's just to the side.
Yeah.
Like, or just like not center it.
Yeah, but how do you do that? Well, I should just move.
I don't know. Clearly, I don't have.
I think it's perfect.
I like it like this. Yeah,
I love it. It's like a surprise.
I clearly don't have green screen capabilities on my computer, so
yeah.
But anyway, so she's Minnesota Lynx.
Yep, and then Cheryl Reeve, the Minnesota Lynx coach, won Coach of the Year,
which is so cool. That's a team that I feel like I haven't seen them play enough, and it's so cool that they're like represented in this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I like her. She seems like a good coach. They all seem like cool enough, I guess. I don't know.
They seem cool.
They seem cool. And then De'Erica Hamby won sixth Woman of the Year, which for people who don't know what that means, that Julia, correct me if I'm wrong, but that just means like the best player who comes off the bench.
Yes.
Yeah. So she like the best.
She's not a starter. Yeah. So there are like 5 players that start because there are 5 positions. So then the 6th woman would be. See, that's where the numbers come in. I just want to be clear for anyone who's confused.
I'm proud of you for figuring it out.
Yeah, I've thought about it a lot. Too much, probably.
So helpful. I do just want to say that like we have in Story Pirates the 6th pirate, which is like basically like if you're cast as a 6th pirate for any like thing, it means like you're kind of it's you like a production assistant basically, but you still perform in the show. It's just you might have a little bit less, and you're doing all the packing and the costumes and like whatever. Mm-hmm. And I think that's cute.
That is cute. I like that. The 6th pirate. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I would want to be the 6th pirate always. Where I can just like come in and then like leave. It's my improv style. Yeah. I mean, just
let me just pop in,
come in, say a line,
out.
And peace right out. Or just like do background stuff and never speak is really what I enjoy doing.
Oh gosh. It takes like attention to detail, which I don't have, but I'm all constantly cast as it. Well, in my first year, especially, I was constantly cast as it because like it's helpful and you get cast more if you like are trained in it. But I don't know. This is not relevant to anything, but I just like,
no, but I like
if anybody listening to this and I apply to your job and I'm like, I have attention to detail, I'm fucking lying.
I think I also say I have attention to detail, and guess what? I only have attention to detail because I check things 5 different times because I know I messed it up.
That's exactly what
times.
I need.
Yeah.
I think I have decent attention to detail, except when I'm texting, because I will just like send it and be like, you spelled that wrong, and then I'll send a follow-up text that's like, wait, I meant still spelled wrong.
I love technology.
Oh, God. And then we've got MVP, right?
With her shoes. Sue with her shoes.
Oh yeah. ESPN chose their like MVP of the WNBA season, like sneaker MVP.
That's amazing.
And they chose Sue Bird, which I think makes sense because Sue spent a lot of time dressed in normal clothes, sitting on the bench.
She did, and she always looked very cool. So.
Yeah, so I think that's like a well-deserved award for her. So kudos to her.
Totally.
I'm sure
very well
that's the MVP she aimed for going into the season.
She was like, you know what?
She was injured for 3/4 of the season.
She
too.
was. She was.
Yeah. Sad but true. Sad but true.
Sad but true. Sad but true. Yeah.
But should we talk about the WNBA playoffs? Because I feel like a lot has happened.
I think we should.
Let's do it.
Let's freaking do it.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it.
So, highlights was that, you know, the first 2 rounds are single elimination games. So we saw some like close games and some not so close games.
Right.
So was it Chicago played Connecticut, the Sky versus the Sun?
Yes.
And this is kind of where the Chicago Sky kind of fell apart a little bit. God love them. I love them a lot, but they just didn't. Something wasn't clicking.
Couldn't shoot. Yeah, it was a bummer.
Yeah,
well, I feel like though that's a credit to the Sun after we watch more and more games, because it seems to me that every team they're playing can't shoot. So
getting annihilated. Yeah. No, I definitely think the Sun is like, it's so fun to watch because they started off with like a rougher season. Like I think they lost their first like 5 games.
Yes. Did they go into it 7th seed? Is that correct? Going into the playoffs?
Remember.
Yes.
I think so. And Mystics were 8 maybe?
Yep.
I think that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Sun ousted the Sky, and then the next single elimination round game was Washington versus Phoenix Mercury. And boy, oh boy, who wants to talk about this? Why was this exciting? Who wants to talk about this one?
Yeah, I was watching this. Julia was muting our thread because she hadn't watched it yet.
Right.
Katie was up north. And I was just like, why? Why is it only me?
And I'm like frantically checking my texts, like, give me an update. What happened? What happened?
With like the up north lag.
Yeah. And I had Yeah.
So it seemed that like throughout the whole game, no matter what the Mercury did, they were down by 11 to the Mystics. That was that game, right? Yeah. Like they just couldn't, like even in the second half, they were scoring, like Diana Taurasi kept hitting threes and still always down by 11. And then we get into the fourth quarter and they start to catch up. I think they was it on a 17-0 run?
Yeah.
That they went on to take the lead. And then it started going back and forth. So then Mystics were ahead, then Mercury was ahead, back and forth. And then I think it was 5.8 seconds left, right? They run a play and Shea Petty, who nobody expected, and we'll get into why, but nobody expected her to shoot the last shot, hits a three.
And I don't even think she expected herself to get the ball.
Clearly by everyone's reactions. First of all, the pass to her from Skylar Diggins-Smith was perfect.
Dope. Yeah.
Then she did a little fake. She shot the ball right at the buzzer. It went in, and they knocked
She sunk a three.
She sunk a three. She knocked the Mystics out of the playoffs. helped Mercury stay in. But it is poetic because she played for the Mystics just 1 month ago, and they cut her. And then here she is. And
So
there's like
I was
more of a
reading-
history. Do you know?
Yeah.
I don't know the details. Do you want to dive into that?
So I just know that like she had been brought into like the Mystics like camps a couple times over the past couple years. And I know that the coach of the Mystics, Mike Tebow, I think that's how you say his name,
I think so.
like really invested a lot in helping develop her, and she was like super grateful for that. But basically what happened is the Mystics had to like, I don't know, they had to like have a certain salary cap or something, so they cut her for financial reasons, and they had planned to like re-sign her, but the Mercury had a couple injuries, and then Brittany Griner left, and they were like, we're gonna sign you, and she's like, okay. Yeah.
So she joined the Mercury mid-season.
Like mid-season, like
Yeah,
even like the
in
latter
August.
half of the season. Yeah.
That is
And I
so
think
wild.
I think she got cut from the Mystics in like the teens of August, and then maybe 2 days later got signed by the Mercury. But she also wasn't on, I think she was invited to join the Mystics in the like a week before the bubble. I don't think she was signed to them because she was like, like they're maybe like an intern or like a part of the coaching staff or something for a while. Like she kept like getting signed by them, and then they would waive her, and then like
because
it was
there's like
a real back and forth.
Yeah, because there's only so many spots. There's like what, like
Right.
144 spots
for like years that was happening to her.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
So that was just like really cool to see her take that shot.
Yeah, what a story. And well, I also feel like Washington is probably like, good for her.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do.
Yeah. And I think that they probably were genuinely happy for her also.
Yep.
Because that's still their teammate, but she did knock them out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, that's so cool. Well, how old is she?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I did not look up her age. But I feel like she's got to be like in her late 20s. Like I think that she's been trying to play for a while. And maybe like was it I feel like recently was her actual WNBA rookie season. Maybe like
I think it was like last season. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna look how old she is.
Yeah, that's so cool. I mean that play was like wild.
I think she's like 31 or 2. I can't do math.
Oh, okay, cool. So older in like WNBA terms or athlete terms.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's really cool. Proud of her. That was really, and it was just such a like, man, I love that buzzer beater. I love it.
Yeah.
Which they happen so often in the WNBA.
I know.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Mercury beat the Mystics, and then the Mercury played, who'd they play? I have this written down.
The one that wasn't LA.
Oh, yeah, because Connecticut played LA and just, like, tore them up. It was hard to
time.
watch.
Oh,
It was painful.
It was sad. Because LA, like, LA can play way better than that, and they didn't. Candace Parker played very well.
She did. She was about the only one. I mean, everyone's good, but like she just played with some intensity of like, we're gonna win this, and nobody else did.
Yeah,
and it kind of sucked that they were missing Nneka Ogwumike.
Oh, because of her migraine.
Yeah,
she did look very uncomfortable on the
As a migraine sufferer,
shout out to migraines.
Feel so bad. That was
migraines.
Can you imagine like not being able to play in a single elimination game because you like physically because of your migraine? That sucks.
Yeah.
I have not had many migraines in my life, but the ones that I have had have completely knocked me on my ass. So
they're debilitating. Well, which made me be like, gosh, it's even crazy that she's at the game.
I know. I was like shocked that you guys said she was on the sideline. I was like,
yeah.
And she like clearly had a headache.
Yeah, she did. She didn't look good.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so rough. I mean, whatever. It's like this is the season to do it, I guess.
This is the season to have a migraine, you know.
So I think it was. This is if I'm gonna have a migraine, it's gonna be this one.
It's gonna be in the bubble.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the bubble. I think that it was Minnesota that beat the Mercury.
Yeah, and that was a really close. It ended up being like a very close game in the end, just a 1-point game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that's the one I didn't watch. I think
maybe because that's the one that got. Remember, you were trying to not have it spoiled.
Yeah.
And you just watched the next game, so they talked about it.
And they spoiled it.
Yes. Oh my God, that was exactly it.
I think you made it past halftime before because you muted Pam.
Yep. I set myself up for failure because the what happened was there were 2 games happening and I had to miss the first one or whatever it was, and I was like, well, I'm going to join the second one and I don't know what happened yet, and I would love to watch it later. Yeah. But, it eventually, they said exactly what happened, and you can't fault them for it.
Which that one was almost a buzzer beater, but she missed. But if it would have made it, it would have been quite the play.
But also how many times can Skylar Diggins-Smith make a buzzer beater?
I don't fault her for not making it. She was also very far away still, so.
Yeah. I think she struggled in that game, so.
Speaking of,
love you. Huge fan of your work.
Huge fan of your work. You are good. And if we could just shout her out because she's come in this season as a starter, which she normally isn't. Right?
Is she not?
Is she not?
I know she was never watched it before.
I think she came from Dallas or Atlanta. They traded Dwana Bonner so they could get Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Wow.
Interesting. Do you know what I was just thinking of? Remember how just a month or so ago I had no idea what basketball was? Look how far we've come, everybody.
Totally.
Now I still don't know what it is, but I can talk about it.
You can talk about it.
I'm conversational on basketball.
Yeah. If you don't watch, I have this, I was thinking about this today of when I watch basketball and I don't know who anyone is or have no affiliation with any team or whatever, often this, if it's on at a bar, RIP, then you watch it and it's basketball. I have the same feeling for every time. It's they look like they're having fun. Aw. And then it's
about every sport.
Totally. It elicits some sort of feeling of basketball. Okay, I get it. But then when you start knowing the teams or whatever, it's she's playing well today or she's not. Mm-hmm. And then it's oh, my sweets.
Oh my gosh, buddy, you're doing a really good job. I think that's why we're super invested in the Shea Petty story.
Yeah.
Or the fact that Sylvia Fowles is back from injury. We're yes, Sylvia.
Hello and welcome back. Sylvia Fowles.
Sylvia Fowles, we love you.
And what was her deal? What was her injury?
Calf?
Remember.
Or hamstring?
Oh, calf seems right. Calf sounds right.
Something like that. Something about
something that hurt.
Something about her body was off.
Something about her body was not right for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Can relate.
Yeah. She used that time to study her mortuary science.
Yeah.
Oh man. What if that's what she was doing? They said she was injured, but she had to go intern at the.
She was cutting open bodies and stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
She's I'm just not feeling basketball. I just want to slice and dice, baby.
My calf hurts.
My calf.
Yeah. Also, so anyone listening won't be able to appreciate this that much, but I have been staring at, so we have a rubric of what we're going to talk about, and I've been staring at it this whole time, and only just now noticed that you called her Sylvia Mortuary Fowles.
Because I wanted
anything different now.
I wanted everyone to know who
she's back.
She's back, baby.
Sylvia Mortuary Fowles.
She's going to go out there and she's going to kill people.
Yeah.
in the game. That's my feeling.
Then she's gonna put makeup on them and stuff.
Yeah.
She's gonna Jamie Lee Curtis.
I don't know. I guess maybe embalm, I guess, is what I should have gone with first. I don't know.
I really associate funerals and like mortuary with like Jamie Lee Curtis and My Girl doing their makeup.
Yes.
So it's all the same.
Yeah.
I thought it was more like, oh, the biopsy came back and it was autoerotic asphyxiation.
I think that's what the
coroner
doctor does. That's what
okay.
the medical examiner does.
So what's
That would
science
be very
about a
impressive,
mortuary?
though. I think she does like the embalming, and she like
Like it is a science, like the
she,
chemicals and
yeah.
like the taking out the
okay.
bags of their organs and stuff.
yeah.
Okay,
and then
sure.
She probably helps with like the funeral.
Yeah, I think to be a
The
coroner,
whole-
you
the
have
whole
to be
bit.
like a medical doctor, but
Okay,
I don't
makes
think you
sense.
have to be a medical doctor to be a mortuary. Or
Okay.
whatever.
It's just to like keep them fresh.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh god, just burn me.
Hey, look at this one.
Either Sylvia Fowles can embalm me, or you guys can set me on fire. One of two options.
The other.
Anyways,
Might have to embowel you too.
So okay, back to the playoffs. The remaining 4 teams: Minnesota playing Seattle Storm in this 3 or 5 game series?
5. Best of 5.
Best of 5.
No, maybe the finals
of
are
3.
best of 5.
It's
I
best
don't
of 3 or 5. I don't know.
This
They got
goes
a win
through
or something.
October.
It's
So-
more than one.
Yes, it's not a single elimination. So Seattle and Minnesota are playing each other in the semifinals, and then Connecticut Sun and Las Vegas Aces. So
Nice.
the first game was today, Las Vegas versus Connecticut Sun, and the Sun went crazy.
Destroyed them.
Destroy the Aces.
Embarrassing, because the Aces were ranked second going into the playoffs.
First? They were number 1.
Yikes almighty.
Yeah.
They were number 1, and they got handled properly, I feel. But the Sun keeps doing that to everybody, I think.
Yeah,
so,
they're just like getting better and better like as the season goes on. So
yeah,
I'm very excited. And honestly, at this point, like I like all of the teams, and I would be very happy if I would be happy if they all won.
Want everyone to win.
I'm
That's
happy
how I
with
feel
whoever
too.
wins.
If I don't have allegiance to anyone, I just want them all to win.
Exactly.
You're learning it.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. I'm rooting for good games.
Good games.
Entertain me.
Yeah, I just want to see a lot of. She's good. Going on.
Entertain me while I eat my chips.
Yeah. Entertain me. I always say I'm like I root for an underdog, but there's something about Seattle that I'm like, I want the good ones to stay good. Here's a weird thing that I feel that I do in sports is I'm like, it's devastating to me when there's someone who has a legacy or like is so good and then it's like, well, they're not so good anymore. I just want them to remain good. Like Serena, I'm always like, I hope there's like added layers to that too of like rooting for her. But I'm always
also
like,
is still good.
Yeah.
Like she made it to the semifinals.
but that's what I'm saying. I'm not
And then
rooting
got
for
hurt,
an underdog against her.
Yeah, totally.
I understand.
Well, and like I do really like Seattle, and like who knows if this is Sue Bird's last season? Like it would be cool if she won.
Right.
But there are, there's cool stuff about every team winning. So
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Quickly, I want to shout out, as long as we're saying individual players, like I've kind of like really liked Alyssa Thomas. Is that her name?
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of Thomases. So Connecticut, is she on Connecticut?
Connecticut. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She both scares me because she's so intense and confident, but at the same time, she's so good. I mean, they were talking about how in playoffs she like turns it up.
Yep.
Playoff AT, and that has like very much proven
That's
true.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now that we're talking about individual players and the Connecticut Sun, can we talk about Dewana Bonner for a second? Because
her so
I
much.
love her, and she hypes herself up in a way that's like really fun to watch. Like if she gets like draws a foul and like gets to shoot like an extra point or something, she's like, yeah. So I really like that.
She's so fun to watch. Here's my question to you guys.
Yes.
Is she a guard? Which position does she play?
I don't know.
I'm
not
she's like
fluent in
12 feet
basketball.
tall. And
She is
she's
quite
always
tall.
handling the ball, which is interesting.
Maybe she does both.
But she's also so skinny, so it does make sense that if she's not playing like a post position, you want them
She's
to
a
be able to
shooting
body
guard
people.
/ small forward.
Word. That makes sense. Oh, yeah. She's great.
She's good peeps.
She's good peeps. So we should also say that the first game of 5, first like series game between
Minnesota.
Can we talk
and
about this
Seattle.
now?
No,
Minnesota
we haven't
and
talked
Seattle
about it. Yeah, let's talk
discuss.
was supposed to be right after Connecticut Aces, and it got postponed at the last freaking second.
Yeah, like as they were getting on the bus.
Yeah. Yes, because there were inconclusive COVID tests. There were inconclusive COVID tests from Seattle.
Yeah. It sounds like
multiple
2 players.
It's many players, yeah.
Yeah, at least 2 players had inconclusive tests, which we talked about doesn't necessarily mean it's a positive. It just means that it's not negative. Not like definitively negative. And so we know from like Orlando Pride like that false positives do happen. So I just don't see how they could be positive.
It's got to be like if anyone is like joining them or something, I think, or if it's somehow something touched them, or like I assume staff at that hotel goes home.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I mean, because you got to imagine that there are people there who aren't following the exact same protocol, unless they are. I mean, unless they're like quarantining the staff there too, but that would seem crazy.
I guess if they like quarantined like people they brought in to do their hair, like they're quarantined there, aren't they? Well, I guess I don't know, but that seems like
they are. I
so
think
much staff that would have to be.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of like what the
bubble is.
Kept it. But I've also read that like it's at IMG Academy, the bubble, and kids have started returning back to IMG for like because it's a school, so kids have started coming back. So I don't know if that's part of it.
I don't know. But honestly, it very well could be just like a bad batch of tests. Yeah. And they're fine.
True. So,
and I think that's probably the assumption. And just they can't gamble it if they're going to go play a game where they're all on top of each other. And then.
And I'm glad that they postponed it instead of being like, you still have to play the game. You just don't get these 2 players.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's not really fair.
Yeah, that feels not right. Yeah.
Because like. They're putting their lives in the hands of the WNBA in this bubble. So if there's any issue with the bubble, that's kind of on the WNBA.
Yep.
So,
and also presumably if like multiple players do have it, then I'm going to go ahead and say that some of those negatives were not true.
Yeah.
Because they're all. I know there are a lot of people, so many people have like been like, oh, I have it, but my first test came back negative. And so I would assume, but I think that they're probably all fine.
Yeah, they're just being cautious, and I'm glad that they are, and I'm glad they're putting that above like money or anything, because we were talking about the fact that this game was supposed to be on ABC, and like, dang, that sucks that it's not going to be on ABC. So I'm glad that they weren't like, well, it's a national blah blah blah. So so I'm glad they did not do that.
I did just watch the Challenger documentary on Netflix, and I can tell you NASA would have made them play.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, did they know that it was going to explode?
Yeah. They sure did. They were warned.
My God, what?
They're like, we got to stay on schedule, essentially. Watch it. It'll really piss you off.
I can't because I really don't like outer space, so.
They never make it, Katie.
But part of space, part of space for me is the takeoff.
The journey there.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know.
Side note, it is crazy to me that it's like they just shoot you up.
With fire. They just shoot you up with fire.
And you're just in that vessel, and then you have just been rocketed into the sky.
Rocketed.
Yeah.
Why can't you just use a plane?
Just fly normally.
Yeah.
Why can't you just ride a plane to the moon?
Yeah, you can make it. I do believe Doug told me one time also that like the monitors, I don't know if this is true or where he heard it, but like the monitors on the astronauts showed, because they found like, I don't know how much you know about the Challenger, but like when they found them like in their shuttle intact in the ocean, like it crashed and they were like still all seated in their shuttle.
Okay, is this not the launch where the teacher died?
It is. It's the one.
Okay, but I thought she like blew up.
No, so the boosters, the fire that they used to shoot you off, that blew up. Like the rockets blew up, but the shuttle didn't. But I mean, it broke apart. But the part of the cabin,
basically they drowned.
Well, he said that there's evidence that they were alive when they hit the water.
That is.
But I assume that, like, I mean, that's like a plane crash where like you hit, you're gonna die when you hit it. It's not like they drowned. But
okay, so it hit the water and then boom.
Well, then no, they were still in. They just were in there dead.
So basically, what you're saying is like the blast, the like blast did not kill them.
Didn't kill them.
The impact
would have, yeah.
Impact, yeah.
Okay.
But I also can't confirm because Doug lies to me a lot.
Let's just assume that it's true because I don't want to talk about space anymore because I'm starting to sweat.
Sorry. I feel that way about the ocean.
I feel that way about the ocean too.
Yeah, and now we're combining the two.
Just let us live in the Midwest in our flat.
Yeah. Wait, I have one last question. Okay. Did the crew know it was going to happen?
No,
they wouldn't have gone on
basically, it. So the problem was the O-rings, which is like the rubber at the joints, and it was the O-rings were keeping like the flame in. And they knew that the colder it got, the worse the O-rings worked. And so the engineers straight up said, let's not do this. And then NASA like pressured them to change their mind, basically, and say that it was okay. And then the O-rings failed because they were not meant to be so cold. Anyway, there's some real villains in the story.
Jeez.
I hate this a lot.
Yeah.
I hate it a lot. Okay, we need to move on. Although we should mention...
Sorry, everyone.
That was a real downer.
No, it's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine. You know what's an upper?
Tell me.
Maya Moore and the guy she freed got married.
They're in love.
Which is wild. Jonathan Irons.
Yeah.
This is so cool. So she spent her whole season last season. She did not play in the WNBA. She decided to fight for this guy who was wrongly convicted of robbery or something. And she and, a team like basically fought to free him.
Mm-hmm.
And they got him out.
And they succeeded. And it was recently released that they were wed.
And I read somewhere that they knew each other.
Yes.
So it wasn't like
no.
They knew each other before he was wrongfully convicted.
Well, I knew that.
I don't know. I didn't know that. I thought he was already in jail when they met, but I guess I really have no idea. I have nothing to add to this
I think she knew him. I thought it was like a family friend.
Yep.
I mean, the way that they the way that I heard it, which I mean, I didn't know that the most basic thing about anything, so who knows? But the way that I heard it was that he was a family friend that she was like, okay, he obviously didn't do it. Okay, but it's kind of wild that it was like, well, she probably was in love with him, or they probably were, had some sort of
it's crazy.
Connection. They're in love. I do like how we just tell stories and we're like, I don't know, I think this is it.
No. Yeah, literally, if you have a test on this or something, don't take our word for it.
Cannot confirm a single thing I've ever said.
This is not educational.
In fact,
okay?
It's likely wrong. This is an opinion podcast.
We're just having fun, okay?
We're just having fun.
This is for fun.
Well, that's genuinely all I know about the WNBA. I've ever known.
May I also ask, before we pivot to soccer, why this is about your background again. So sorry, people that are only listening on audio. What's going on with her face?
Which one?
Skylar Diggins-Smith. Move the other way. Doesn't it look like she's like pushed against a window?
It looks like her cheek is
or like
smushed.
she just like smashed against, like someone punched her, and we're like, but there's no one around.
Maybe she's just running so fast that like the wind is
just
like
gonna say. Yeah.
Imagine being an athlete.
She's running 80 miles per hour to where her face. It's like in the Livonia Spree where you go on that thing, or any of them really, and you're going so fast that your cheeks.
I went on that and then barfed at the Livonia Spree.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ew.
Sorry. That'd be a rough one.
The spaceship, you know the spaceship one where you stick to the wall? Then I went on a Ferris wheel that then made me go this way. And then I got off and couldn't handle it.
At least you got off before you...
Yeah, I didn't do it on the Ferris wheel. But also, like, I now get motion sickness so easy. Like, I get sick on the moving sidewalks at the airport. I really cannot handle any sort of motion.
Do you get motion sickness texting? Well, I was going to say texting while driving, but texting while you're in the car.
Yes, I do.
Same.
I can't, like, do anything.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, what if you barfed in that spaceship thing, though? What happens?
It would get stuck to the wall, and everyone would spin through it, would be my guess.
Why are we talking about space again? You guys, you gotta stop. You gotta stop.
Move on. The NWSL is happening. They've started their season, which is really cool and exciting. And they're a couple weeks in. They're playing in their little pods. They've got the Northeast. They've got the South Central. I don't know. South Central LA. Just kidding. And then Northwest. Is there one more?
No, there's three.
No, there's three.
Okay.
And they've also had postponement problems due to wildfires.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been too unbreathable to play.
Yep.
But
sucks.
they're back at it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Portland was playing today.
Played today
in their in Portland. So
they're good. It was blue skies.
Blue skies.
Except for that one shadowy, the elephant graveyard of the goal that they were at.
Yes, we should mention we're still
literally a black hole. And you could not see the whole, you could not see the goal.
Barely see just the neon gloves of Alyssa Nair.
You couldn't see like any plays happening. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so wild. What we're describing is you see the field from a viewer's standpoint. You see the field. And
which is too bright. It's very bright. Yeah. Too sunny.
Yes. And one side has like the shadow of the scoreboard, which is like super tall, and it just takes up the entire final fourth of the field. So you can't see anything that's happening inside the 18-yard box of whoever is on that side.
Just in there.
Yeah.
You can see like the wings a little bit. Yeah.
They would then adjust it, though, if like there needed to be a replay, they would show it. And the reason you couldn't see it is because they had to adjust it for the brightness of the actual field, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. So like it was just, it didn't work out.
Yeah, we don't blame them. It's just like sucks.
I do. It's like, what's going on in that portion?
We do blame them. Actually,
you must never go there.
Yeah, but it's still fun to watch. Portland, a 3-0 win over Utah. So I guess that those indoor practices really worked, huh?
Yeah. Huh. And Sophia Smith had her debut. Katie's a fan.
Yes.
Yeah,
we're all fans, but Katie knew who she was before the game, and I don't think Julia and I did.
No, and I still really don't.
She played for Stanford, and she was just drafted earlier in the year, number 1 draft pick.
Nice.
But she didn't play in the Challenge Cup because she had an injury, so... Yeah, just been excited to see her play, and she had like 2 touches and she had a goal, so it was like okay,
it's like first round GP,
yeah,
she did it.
And then my girl Becky Sauerbrunn was back out there, defending the
crown
team. I don't know.
I for some reason didn't realize that she played for the Thorns. I didn't know she was traded. Or I think she wanted to. I think I feel like she lives in Portland, and I don't know why I know that.
She does, yeah.
And then got traded. I have no idea. Yeah, why I know anything that I know.
Yeah, ahead of like the Challenge Cup, like before the Challenge Cup, she was traded, but then she got injured. Everybody's
just don't get injured.
Just
literally
ban injuries.
Do not get injured.
Just stop getting injuries. Just let me live. Yeah, let me live.
Yeah, but cool. So cool to see her, and cool to see Orlando played yesterday. Oh, or was that today? Jesus,
That was
I don't know
yesterday.
time. Okay.
I don't know.
And Sky Blue and
they played. Sky Blue played
Chicago.
Chicago won 4-1. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was exciting.
That was
They played
exciting.
very well.
Kaylee Watt got all her goals. Finally,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
2 goals and an assist.
And an assist. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I like her a lot. I think she's so dang good. She's so fast.
And she looks like
very fast.
She could be the sister of Rami Malek.
Now that's
like
funny
him.
to me. She looks like she could be the sister of CJ McCarthy because she looks like Lauren McCarthy, which I've said before.
Interesting.
See, I sent some. Yeah,
we have discussed this.
I mean, the facial features, I do like understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but like I don't think she looks exactly like him. I think she looks like she could be related to him.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm gonna have to stare at some photos later.
Okay, but you guys, it was cool to see Orlando because they were COVIDed out for the Challenge Cup.
It's been so long.
My girl, Sydney Leroux.
Yes. Oh, my God. Almost had a goal. Well, not almost, but it had that had probably the closest.
Yeah.
She hit it with her head.
Yeah. Well, I saw a couple of, like, pretty crazy Ashlyn Harris saves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like,
that one.
You know the one I'm talking about. There are a couple.
The one that looked like it went in. That one. That was cleared off the line. I know it didn't.
It like bounced. It like bounced off her foot and then rolled down her body, and she like grabbed it on the other side.
To watch that.
No, I'm thinking of the one where where the Orlando player cleared it off the line.
Got it.
Oh, I do know that. I was thinking of the other one.
No, that other one was like
the Meredith one.
That was sick.
I see.
Yeah.
I do know the one you speak of, Katie, and I don't know enough about soccer to say if it went in or not.
I'm assuming it didn't.
If the ball has to go over the line.
Well, it didn't.
I'm assuming it didn't. So
I don't think I even saw it. Whoa, I literally think I was sleeping or thinking about dinner.
No fighting.
Sorry.
You were thinking about dinner.
I was eating a carrot.
Honestly,
probably.
Yeah. Today, my second game snack did consist of 1 baby carrot and 1/2 a jar of queso with chips.
One baby carrot.
One baby carrot
while I heated baby carrot while I heated up my queso.
Yeah. I should eat a salad. I should eat a salad with this. Here, this will do.
I'll just pour queso.
These carrots are gonna get dried out soon.
Oh, that sounds honestly great though. Queso and
I gotta go back and watch the Orlando game.
Oh, are these ones you can go back and watch?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't remember what it was on. It was on just TV.
CBS All Access, then yes.
I'll tell you what happened. They tied.
0-0, baby.
They tied at 0. They played North Carolina.
Yeah, which is,
It was.
Well, you know what's been cool about these games, though, as I feel like enough players are overseas, out on loans, or that kind of thing, that a lot of players are getting the opportunity to play. Yeah. And they're developing more talent. And with the league expanding, that's just going to be like a good thing.
Totally.
So it's been cool to watch newer players do like cool stuff.
Completely agree. There's not a lack of talent in the soccer, the sport of soccer.
Yeah.
In the soccer.
Sierra King got a start today. I'm a fan of her.
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah. She's good.
For the Royals, for those that don't know.
Should we take a second to talk about the Utah Royals?
Let's lead us on this journey.
So it was just very odd because I feel like it was like casually mentioned like right before the game or like during the broadcast that Utah's head coach and assistant coach were both put on administrative leave. I think that's what it said. Yeah, they're on administrative leave, and that Amy LePeilbit is the interim head coach
who used to play for the national team, BTW.
Yeah.
And who's been on like their coaching staff since they started in Utah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so she's the interim coach, and I guess like rumblings online, of course, say like maybe like inappropriate behavior, not necessarily towards the players, but just like other staff
of a coach.
Yeah.
Yes, too.
Yeah. So That's crazy.
Basically, Utah's cleaning house, and if you've done something shitty, you're about to pay.
Yeah. Which is
great.
It
was just like, it's great. It was just weird that they kind of like just like announced this right as the game was starting, and then people were like, wait, what's going on? Like,
they basically were explaining why she was there coaching.
So odd.
But
then a bunch of the players like tweeted out all the same statement that was like, we're not going to take it anymore kind of thing, which good for them.
Yeah.
That's so cool, because Utah is where we had the Roy G. Biv or whatever, that guy.
Deloy Hansen.
Yeah. Where, so basically just like the wildfires are cleaning out the racism. Well, I mean, there's always fucking racism, but cleaning out the I don't know, the baddies.
The baddies, baby.
Get them. Honestly, though, let's just keep her let's get rid of the interim. Just keep her as head coach.
Yeah.
Seems like a good person to land on, I guess. Yep. I mean, I don't know her. I don't know, but
I feel like
she seems like a good choice.
Mm-hmm. I feel like at this point, what they need is someone who has the respect and like has the respect of the team, and also would be seen as like an ally to the players, because I feel really bad for those players right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna suck. Like, that's your work.
Oh, yeah.
Like, can you imagine if that shit was going on at your work?
Yeah. God. And you, I mean, all the while you have to like come out and play. Like, that's your job, and you can't just, oh God, I don't know.
Yeah. So, I hope that she becomes not interim. I don't know. And she stays. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Basically, what needs to happen is these players deserve like people who fucking respect them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people that look like them.
And everyone behind the scenes as well.
Yeah.
Like everyone just like, why can't we just be chill?
Why can't everyone just be friends? Why can't we all win? Why can't we all just get along?
Yeah. I am a millennial through and through.
Can't everyone get a trophy?
I do have
my participation trophy.
I did I ever tell you about the time I went to the bowling championships because our handicap was so high and they never lowered
You did.
it?
Yeah.
So
oh my God, that's
the kind of athlete funny. I am.
That's so funny.
I'm not a good bowler, and I was like 9.
I love that you were like on the bowling team though. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's so cute. Guys, one last thing that I want to mention as we round this out is I should know more about this before I even like mention it, but I do think it's so funny. EA Sports, who to me is like EA Sports, it's in the game, just like your video game people, like came out with like top 20 women's soccer players in the world or whatever. They came out with like a ranking. I don't know if it was 20.
I guess it like is tied to like the games that they play,
which totally makes sense. Totally makes sense.
It was, what if they didn't have a soccer game? They just decided to do this.
Yeah, they were like,
they just thought this was a good move.
Yeah. No, it wasn't like, hey, it's COVID. Why don't we just rank these women?
Let's rank our favorite women's soccer players.
Totally.
And it won't be problematic.
No, this was for the game, for whatever they need to do with it. But the rankings were like, the list was truly insane. I mean, I don't even know enough to like really get into this, but they ranked Megan Rapinoe as like the #1 women's soccer player in the world, which like anyone who knows anything, like she's decidedly not. She tweeted out.
She even said, "No, I'm not."
Yeah, she's like, "No, I'm not. I'm one of the best," which she is, but in no way. I mean, she's not even the best on the American team.
No. Yeah.
Very odd. Very odd.
Yeah, and Crystal Dunn wasn't even on the list, so it's like, get out of here.
Ranked. Yeah, get out of here with this. Miedema,
she's on the best club team in like women's club team in the world, and she just won a World Cup. Okay, whatever.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And she can do anything, and
I'm just curious what they use to like, because I have a feeling that they use a lot of like international games and stuff, because how else would Megan Rapinoe rank that high? Because, I mean, she was fabulous at the World Cup, but I don't even know when the last time she played for her club team, like a year ago.
I feel like it's 100% just to sell their game. And they're like, this person has name recognition.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Let's put her at 1 and see what happens. We're going to get publicity from it.
But also, like, my thing is, like, the people who are going to buy that game are not, like, they're going to know soccer.
Yeah.
Like, they don't need Megan Rapinoe to be number 1.
Right.
But if it's like, these are the players you can choose from, though, like.
I have no idea. I know nothing about this besides she said she wasn't.
I don't know. Maybe I'll ask someone. But I will say, my last thing that I'll say is, like, in one of the comment threads I was reading, someone was like, well, they didn't totally mess up because Carly Lloyd wasn't on there. And she's another one that people just, like, fucking, just, like, put on everything.
Yeah,
it's like, what has she done? She's
Carly's going to come for you.
She's going to come.
So are
Carly
squad's
going to come
She could kill me, and
she would be able to kill
honestly.
all of us.
Yes.
At the same time.
At the same time. And I
have nothing bad to say about anybody. They're all good.
They're all
Nobody come after me.
Good.
What if I told you she was a
come
Trump
for
supporter?
me, trolls.
Actually, I don't know if she
Don't
was.
start rumors.
Say that.
Don't start rumors. You don't want the trolls to come.
True. Miss the trolls for 0 subscribers. Wait, we haven't promoted any
Nobody
episode
even
yet.
knows that we do this.
It's just like us in our basements.
We do have 5 views on one YouTube.
Are they us?
And the average, no.
Okay.
Their average watch time. Well, you know what? One of them might have been me, but the average watch time was 53 seconds.
Wow. Okay.
They're probably like, what is this?
Yeah, probably because it was. Well, the only one I looked at.
This isn't comedy. This isn't improv. Gotta turn it off.
I don't think anyone was looking at it for improv.
I've been looking at Julia's YouTube for Zoom improv.
No, this is on She's Good. No one even knows.
Oh.
This is like a not.
I thought you meant the ones you posted on your YouTube.
Yeah, we have a YouTube. Do you guys know?
I thought it was yours.
Oh, the first one is on.
Okay.
But I think I uploaded that. I uploaded that to She's Good.
I see. I don't know. I know nothing.
Well, I don't know. I'll look.
Now you're thinking.
Yeah.
Julia's like, what's for dinner?
Pizza. I'm going to get pizza.
Dinner?
I told you guys.
Ooh, pizza.
From where?
Rosa's, I think. I've been craving it. Yeah. Yes. I mean, I'm always down with the 3 Bros, my sweet dollar slice, but I'm in the mood for like a heartier slice.
Totally.
You know?
And yeah, that's good Pete's.
Hearty Pete's.
Yeah.
Hearty
and I'm
Pete's.
also looking forward to sleeping in tomorrow, but then like already stressing about not getting stuff done. Guys, I don't need to talk about this on this, you know? Yeah,
no, you
exactly. You're right.
You do.
Damn
now
right.
we're just chatting about ourselves so people might get to know us.
Yes, this is us. This is the real us.
It's the last thing I
we
want.
put on such a front throughout this whole hour, and it's like we want you to know like who we really are.
Yeah. We just talk about pizza and avoid outer space and
yes. Oh good God. Scared as fuck.
I'm not afraid of space. I think just because it seems unattainable to me, so.
Also, wait,
Maybe.
same. Yeah, I know.
Like, I'm never going to go there. It's fine.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Even if I could, I would not.
Like, I would never watch Gravity. She's literally just, like,
Floating.
By herself in space.
Because do you not be like, what would I do in this scenario? And I have no clue. That's why 127 hours is hard for me.
I popped that hood off my head. What is it called? Helmet?
How long would it take them? Does she die in it?
Literally would just have
I don't know.
I've
never seen it. And
I don't think so.
To.
Spoiler alert, I don't believe so. I think
so
I saw it many moons ago.
Oh, you're bringing the moon into this?
Many moons ago, I saw
Space is triggering. How many times do we have to say it?
I'm sorry to do this to you, but I think it's fascinating.
I'll watch.
You can get out of my house. Wow.
What if we all like
I've
turned our
been in
cameras
Katie's
around
basement
and we're, like,
this
all
whole
in the
time.
same? in the same room.
That's actually a green screen, Mary Beth. That's a green screen.
This is actually Katie and Mary Beth.
Well, when you do it, it looks like you're poking your cheek and you're doing the face mush.
Oh, it does.
That's funny.
Nice.
That's cute.
Nice.
Too funny. Do you have anything else before we say goodbye?
I feel like the last thing we should discuss is how angry Katie got at the announcing woman today for saying unanimous.
What the fuck was she
first
saying?
of all, she could not speak.
Yeah. Oh, I feel bad.
Maybe she's new though. Like,
okay,
probably is.
I'm totally like, it's not even about like how many like words she said wrong. I get that.
It was more both of them seemed unprepared for the job that they were doing.
To me, it was they're not pronouncing players' names correctly.
Right.
I feel like at the very least, you need to do that. You've got a sheet in front of you that says everybody's name and their number. You need to be able to pronounce their names.
I mispronounce people's names constantly.
Kaylee Watt.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Kalia Watt.
When you are an announcer, that is your one job.
I don't know.
The guy announcer did not pronounce, was it Anamanu's name correctly once?
No.
And it sounded like every time. It sounded like every time.
Go, Julia, go.
I hate myself so much right now.
I'm doing it to you, though.
I couldn't possibly hate myself more in this moment.
1, 2, 3, vigor.
Shit, so close. It was the second word I was going to say.
Go.
No, I was going to be like, you go. I hate, I don't even like what I was going to say.
Julia, I need to hear what you had to say, though.
It sounded like he was unsure every time he said it, which was the problem. If he was like confidently like Anumano, then I'd be like, okay, well, I guess someone maybe he's right. But each time it was like kind of like, oh god,
question mark?
Trying to change it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anumano. Yeah.
What I was going to say is he one time for one of the Chicago goals called it for Sky Blue. And corrected himself after. Like they were all over the place. So it was both of them.
It was on Twitch. It wasn't.
No.
It was on CBS.
It was the CBS All Access one. The Twitch announcers had it down. That one was on All Access. Okay. We did all get CBS, the giggles.
Why not have Lori Lindsay and
I don't know.
Maybe
Jen
they didn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
They did like the regular CBS broadcast. They just didn't do the All Access this time.
Yeah. Well, that makes me mad.
Well,
I do like that we all got the giggles and your mom shouted from the other room when whoever the lady announcer accidentally said that the Chicago players have had a lot of sex instead of success. Did love that moment. Felt like a fifth grader in the amount of giggles I got about it.
And then the time where she was trying to say unanimous, but she said unanimous
several times to the point where I asked you what she was trying to say because I didn't know if she was trying to say unanimous or anonymous.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was like, girl.
Listen, she'll get there. She'll look back in these days in the future when she's a good at doing it, and she will say, "Remember back then." I have faith in her.
We'll be the only ones to remember it.
Yeah. I just wish she had said anybody's name correctly. And I would have been like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it does. Maybe like it was a situation where they weren't supposed to do it and then got like thrown in last second. I'm just going to tell myself that.
Like, then just ask me and I'll do it. I'll be like, ooh, her hair is really cute today.
I'll have Les Moonves reach out to you in the future. I don't think he's in trouble. I don't think he's in charge anymore. But he is still in trouble. He is not in charge. But I'll have him ask you just in case.
By the way, the funniest thing to me is Ira Madison talking about Julie Chen Moonves on Keep It. He shits on her so much, which is my favorite thing in the entire world.
Because after that all went down, she came out on Big Brother and was like, my name's Julie Chen Moonves. And she had never gone by that last name before.
She
and
did really dig
exactly.
in her heels.
I'm stealing, like, he had a whole, I mean, he talks about that exact thing, like, a lot on the podcast, but this last time he was talking about this whole, like, he had this whole bit, which now I'm just recreating, which will be, like, terrible, but he was like, she finds a new way to pronounce it every single time, a new, like, syllable added, and, like,
just to really stress
Moon Bez. Yeah, it was so funny. Ugh. Grody.
R.I.P. Grody.
Do you guys remember that? Where?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
I was very alive in the 90s.
Yeah.
I was alive as well.
Same.
But
a lot of us were. Most of us were.
do you remember?
A lot of us
that
in this
much?
podcast were.
I remember
we all were
things.
alive.
I remember Y2K.
Do you like remember the 90s like I remember the 80s, which is very little? Or do you remember the 90s as...
She was born in 92.
I was born in the early 90s.
Right, but like
Wait,
how much of like young childhood do you really remember?
I also have a bad memory.
Yeah.
Like I feel like all of my memories really kick in like 92, and I was like 6 at that point. So
that's accurate, probably.
I have hit my head a lot.
It was still the 90s when I was 6 years old, though.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember Y2K. Can I drink this? No, we're still recording.
I've been drinking through the entire thing.
This is a sports
My throat
podcast.
has a little tickle.
This is a sports podcast, TM, and sports athletes need to stay hydrated.
Hydration
That's
break.
true. One of our sponsors is
break.
water.
Sponsored by H2O. Light it up.
It's natural. That's their slogan.
Yeah.
Water. It's natural.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I think that was all that I had, though. Really.
Same.
Aw, cute.
I have nothing else. We did
That's
it.
really cute.
We covered all sports, and that's why we are the number one
Amazing.
sports podcast in
One thing that
the world, I think. Oh, is it America?
Yeah,
I feel
number
like it
one.
might be the world.
Oh, it's the world.
America to the world, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to mention, and I have absolutely nothing to discuss about it, it's just a fact that I would like to say, is that they changed the name of the Fed Cup to the Billie Jean King Cup, and I think that is lovely.
What is
That's
that?
cool. I
That's
thought it was
a
going to be
new
about
tennis
space, so I was mad.
No. It's not a space callback, but maybe later. Maybe I'll text you one tonight.
That's tennis, but that's a new tennis tournament?
It's
is that
tennis. No, the Fed Cup's like a very famous tournament, I believe. And they changed it to the Billie Jean King Cup to honor her.
That's cool.
I did see that there was a thing called the Billie Jean King Cup, but I just assumed it was like brand new. But that's cool to know that they changed it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The Fed Cup calls themselves the World Cup of Tennis, so I assume it's important.
Sounds legit.
I know.
You can win a lot of money if you're good at tennis.
That's true. We did learn that. Google did teach us that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, just a nice fact for Billie Jean.
And Naomi is out for...
Oh, yeah, she's not playing in the French Open because her hamstring still hurts and she doesn't have enough time to prepare.
For Clay.
Apparently Clay's different, according to
Clay
Katie just now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, interesting.
Okay. That's it. That's all I have regarding sports.
That's fair.
Cool. Well, guys, what I want to say is I really respect you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I really respect you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Katie?
Cool.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
Fine.
No,
we're done with
I
this.
really respect you guys so much. So much. Especially you, Julia.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's warranted.
Okay, that's it from us. Guys, She's Good is the name of this, and thanks for listening or watching. Or both. Maybe you did both. Maybe you watched and listened. If you watched, I hope you also listened, because it'd be weird to just watch this.
Just watch our faces, yeah.
Would not like to meet you if you just watched without listening.
But maybe we already know you.
Weirder.
Well, okay. That's it from us. Stay active.